Hey Ame, this is an Taekook one shot where Jungkook was with someone else in a relationship but he cheated on him and now Jungkook is with Taehyung happily but the person wants Jungkook back. Hyuk knows he picked up really good this time while looking at the picture of his ex Jungkook had posted on Instagram all happy, lovely with that guy. His heart ached now that Hyuk saw what a great guy he had taken for granted. Hyuk closed the app and said, was Jungkook really over of him already? And who was that other guy? Was he Jungkook's boyfriend now? Jungkook looked even more in love with him than when Jungkook was with Hyuk. Hyuk knows he picked up. He was at fault for not seeing Jungkook for who Jungkook was. Hyuk was everything Jungkook had wanted, but Hyuk went and took that for granted and cheated on him. Hyuk played with his feelings. He closed his eyes and crunched his eyebrows. Hyuk had left Jungkook just like that and exposed Jungkook without his consent in a live video. Hyuk really was the worst person that he looked back on it. He wanted Jungkook back. Maybe he could make it up with. He wanted Jungkook back. Maybe he could make it up to Jungkook by and try again. If he apologized to Jungkook, Jungkook would be over Hyuk that quick, right? Or so Hyuk thought. Freak Jungkook. Thank ground out, and that was definitely the best naughty walk they had ever done. Taehyung was breathing hard, coming down from the high after Jungkook had just tasted the life out of him, and that at 8 in the morning. Taehyung opened his eyes and shivered when he looked into those oh so godly chocolate eyes of Jungkook, who was working up at him and crawled his way up to kiss Taehyung's lips. It's not like they had never done this before. Taehyung let Jungkook devour himself and kiss and have Mark. Jungkook, of course, always hugged Taehyung and touched him, but what people didn't see was that Jungkook knew just where to touch to make Taehyung all hot and bothered. Jungkook knew all his soft spots and all the places Taehyung was sensitive. After being together for more than half a year already, Jungkook knew him inside out. They were still like some fresh as a daisy couple. They couldn't get enough of each other, and Jungkook had really been the best of for Taehyung. Jungkook made him feel and act more confident, and they just bloomed with Jungkook by his side. Jungkook stop. Jungkook stop teasing me. They ground out when Jungkook was teasing his chest and kissed him overly sensitive ear. I can't anymore. After last night, I don't even know if I will able to walk. Taehyung mumbled when Jungkook kissed his way up to his lips again. Jungkook left soft butterflies kisses on his kiss, swelling lips, and got up. Taehyung and stood next to the bed, all their path close glory. Taehyung pressed his lips just watching Jungkook standing there all hot. They wouldn't mind going for another session, but when they moved to get up too, he felt how painful it was. How were they going to get through today's event? They had an event planned at noon and they completely forget. Now Taehyung regret letting Jungkook do whatever the bunny wanted last night. Well, they could have said no, could he? They decide to get up because they had to leave soon. Taehyung groaned and sat on the edge of the bed, shooting daggers at Jungkook. Jungkook so had to help him today. Jungkook reached out and helped. They got up and helped him to the bathroom. They showered together to save water of course, and Jungkook helped him to wash up and brush his teeth. He didn't need to do all that because Taehyung wasn't paralyzed or something, but Taehyung wouldn't say that. He liked that Jungkook take care of him like that, and Jungkook was adorable, smiled at him as he clothed him. Feeling better? Jungkook asked as he looked up at Tae after JK has put his socks on. "Mm, better now," Taehyung answered and pulled Jungkook up to give him a short kiss. They ate breakfast in comfortable silence with the occasional talk about everything and nothing before they washed up and left Jungkook's apartment. Their manager already waiting for them. As they saw them coming out of the apartment building, they kissed each other goodbye before they both went with their own manager at the event. Yes, this is how it mostly went. They were together way more often than people thought, but they wanted to keep this little secret till they both were ready to announce it to the world. For now, they were happy and content just to being them two and just enjoying each other's company. It If they made it public now, it would be bad for future work, and they didn't want that. Hyuk didn't know that he had looked up how he would be able to talk to Jungkook and get him back. Thus, why Hyuk was at the event, Jungkook would be at with his co-member of BTS. Hyuk would wait till he saw Jungkook and invite him for coffee or something so he could apologize and beg Jungkook to give him a chance. Hyuk knew that the event started at noon, but Hyuk also knew from experience the actors would arrive much early to the get ready and do shoot before they start. Hyuk saw a car approach. He knew it was Jungkook's manager's car and he got a little nervous. He would be seeing Jungkook again after such a long time, and Hyuk fidgeted with his film shot. He was a bit disgusted because Hyuk didn't want people to find out he was here for Jungkook. Jungkook got out of his car and walked into the building with his manager. Before Jungkook felt someone tap on his shoulder, he startled to turn around and saw a masked man stand there looking at him. "Can I help you?" JK asked, not wanting to be rude. He saw some familiarities in the man with someone, and that made his blood run cold. "Can we talk?" Hyuk said and pulled his mask down a bit so Jungkook could recognize him. Jungkook's suspicious has been right. Hyuk was standing right before him. JK had hoped to never see him again. Hyuk had caused him so much pain and JK just wanted to forget him. He was happy now and he didn't need Hyuk in his life right now. "What are you doing here?" Jungkook asked with a hard voice. Hyuk watched his reaction and got even more nervous. I wanted to ask if we could get something to drink out here. I have something to tell and to apologize." Hyuk settled out. His facade was sleepy and his confidence was also somewhere left on the road. But Hyuk wanted to do this, needed to do this if he wanted to get Jungkook back. He pulled his mask back over his mouth and waited for Jungkook's reply. His eyes darted everywhere and he occasionally looked at Jungkook, who just stood there thinking. Jungkook was contemplating what to do. He had some time before he needed to get ready, and he wasn't a person to just walk away from someone who wanted to apologize. But Hyuk had hurt him badly. He doesn't want to be with him. But Jungkook also wanted to listen why Hyuk did this. This was the one question that haunted JK all the time. So he decided to get the answer and close this chapter. Okay, but I don't want to go far. Don't want any people to recognize me. You get the coffee and we walk to the little park behind the building, JK said with a stern voice, ordering him. Hyuk just agreed. Happy Jungkook wanted to talk. Hyuk smiled and walked over to the coffee shop nearby. He knew that Jungkook liked, and that wasn't coffee but a bitter iced coffee, so Hyuk ordered that for him. If Hyuk wanted to make up, he would have to do it right. He walked back to the little park behind the building and saw Jungkook waiting for him there. Hyuk smiled and walked over to JK and handed him the iced coffee. I still remember you like this, Hyuk said with a shy smile before sitting down on the bench. So, did you want to talk about? I hope you had a better reason for whatever you did to me. It's been years, Jungkook said and slipped the iced coffee. He looked over at Hyuk. It had really been a long time and it still pained his heart a little bit. JK should have punched Hyuk, but he was way too good for this world. He knew that, and that is the other reason why JK had agreed to talk with Hyuk. JK would hear him out and go back to his actual happy life with Taehyung. I wanted to apologize for what I did. I know I was wrong and I didn't know what I was doing back then. You know, I still love you. I was confused back then, but I know what I want now. I want you. I hope you can forgive me. Jungkook, we were in love, and you know, first love is always so special. I promise I will never hurt you again, but just forgive me for this once. Jungkook just fabricated. What did Hyuk just said? Watch this, Hyuk. I want you back, Jungkook. Hyuk continued and looked at Jungkook with a smile and blinked his eyes up at Jungkook. Taehyung had just got out of the car when he saw a familiar face passing by with hot coffee and a ice-cold coffee. Walking to the little park behind the building, they had a really big dig deep because he has seen that face somewhere before. Even with that, the man was masked on. He wasn't unrecognizable to Taehyung. Who is that? Taehyung asked the manager and pointed to the boy. The manager looked at the squinted his eyes before they widened. That's Hyuk. He has a collaboration with Jungkook before. Manager said, and they nodded in confirmation as they walked a little further. What was Hyuk doing here? Taehyung thought. He had heard about him and it made his blood boil with how much pain this Hyuk had caused Jungkook. Jungkook had told Tae about Hyuk and Taehyung had promised himself that he would never hurt Jungkook as Hyuk has done to Jungkook. But they had never seen him in person, and why Hyuk was here. Hyuk wasn't one of his members or invited in the event. They stopped and said to the manager he needed some air and could catch up with him soon. They walked in the direction he had seen Hyuk walked in. and keep his distance to not be discovered. As Taehyung around the corner, he stopped. He saw Jungkook sitting next to Hyuk, and Taehyung had a shocked expression. Why Jungkook is meeting with this cheater? What will happen in the next episode? Will Taehyung believe in Jungkook, and what will Hyuk and Jungkook do? Let's see in the next episode. Till then, take care, bye bye, bye.